Hi everyone, you are back in my kitchen. This is Stephanie's Kitchen, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and liked and shared, and I want you to continue to do that. And I want to keep bringing relevant information to you guys. If you guys have any questions or you want me to do something different, just please leave it down in the comments below, and I will try my best to get it done. Now today I am doing a recipe called crack slaw, and my daughter was making this recipe. When she made it, it smells so good. This recipe is low in carbs and low in gluten, and if you're trying to lose weight, actually it's just healthy. You know, you're putting a few other ingredients in it, but it's really just really healthy. So if you want to try it, you know, we both want to try this together because it smells so good. She loved it. I'm going to give it a try. It's got little different ingredients than I guess when she first saw the recipe. So I'm going to give this a try. Thank you, Sharita. I'm going to try your recipe now. Okay, with this recipe, I'm using 1.5 pounds of ground beef. And I bought this ground beef a few months ago. I used my food saver. I froze it in my food saver. And I'm using broccoli. I'm using broccoli, and I'm using coleslaw mix, and I'm using toasted sesame oil. I've used there's some garlic paste I use, and some ginger paste I use, and I'm using some thyme, ground thyme. I'm using some onion powder and some little bit of pepper, and I'm using some garlic and parsley. All of that has no salt in it. I have a real issue with salt, and I try to keep it down. We're using a low sodium soy sauce, and we're using I'm using some General Tso sauce, just a little bit of it, just to give it that little sugar kick that it needs. They say you can use that Splendor and stuff like that. I don't use that stuff for anything ever. So I'd rather just not have no salt, no sugar, than use that stuff. I don't use that. So, and I got some sriracha sauce. And you know, we're gonna see how this go. I got some onions, it's a half an onion chopped up, and I got some scallions, and all the stuff I just mentioned for the sauces are in the bowl right here. Okay, let me get going. Turn my stove on, and I am going to use the sesame seed oil, toasted sesame seed oil. I'm going to coat the bottom with that. I think it should get layers of flavor instead of just straight up. I think everything should have a layer of flavor in it. So that's why I start with, and I add flavor all the way through, and then you can eat it, you know. Because sometimes when you're trying to watch what you eat, if it don't taste good, you're not going to eat it. You got to eat, and that's a fact, please. You're not going to eat it. You have to have it where it will have a taste to it, or no one's going to eat it. So that's why I do what I'm doing. So I put a little, toasted sesame seed oil in the bottom. And I'm going to put this 1.5 pounds of meat in here, ground beef. I'm doing ground beef. You could put ground beef, you could put turkey, put whatever meat you like in here, or no meat at all, I guess, if you want to do it that way. I guess soy, whatever you want to use, you can put it in here. So right now, I got my 1.5 pounds. I'm using my little wok pan for this recipe to see how it actually comes out. Now, I bought the meat. I bought a big pack at Costco. And that's why I use my food saver. And I used what I needed to use, and I took it and froze it. And it's been frozen for a few months now, so I'm going to use it today. I'm going to chop this thing up in here, and I'm going to put some seasoning in here while it's cooking. I got some onion, some garlic and parsley, always nice. As I'm thinking, I think sesame seed would have been good with this too. But I just don't have any, but I think that would work. This is onion powder, of course. You sprinkle it in there. And here's some ground thyme. Again, Ground time works well with most meat. It really gives it a kick. You should not skip on that when you're cooking. So I got these 3 things in there, and maybe just a little pop of pepper, but I'm not going to put too much because I got the sriracha sauce in here, so I'm not going to put too much of that in there. And it is smelling amazing, amazing, amazing. I'll be quiet for a while I'm just getting this all ground up. Now this meat is almost done, and I'm going to add the onions in. This is a half an onion there. I'm going to add that in. Let it get a little sauteed here. I'm liking the wok. It wasn't made in a wok at first, but I'm liking the wok. All right. The meat got done, and it smells delicious. I took it out of the wok and with a slotted spoon so that I can make sure I get as much grease out as possible. And I got my pan back again. I put a little bit more sesame seed oil in, and now I'm going to do the next step. So the next step, and this is usually, it seems to be a very quick recipe. So if you're hungry, you can get something to eat. All right, so the next part is I'm going to put some broccoli slaw and some coleslaw in the pan. So the pan's getting a little hot again, still hot from before, but I'm going to put some broccoli slaw in. This is a whole bag of broccoli slaw, it's 12 ounces. And I'm going to put some coleslaw mix in here. Which you know is nothing but cabbage, shredded up cabbage. Put the whole coleslaw in here. Let's see, they got the slaw. We're not using the slaw. So I'm going to let this get cooked up a little and bring it down, you know, so get it a little soft. That's what the deal is here. So I'm going to let it get down a little bit. And to help it go down a little, I'm going to put some beef bouillon in here. This is better than bouillon. Beef better than bouillon. We can stick a little in here. Because, you know, cabbage kind of goes down quick. So a little better than bouillon. And for me it's beef because I'm cooking beef. You could put chicken or chicken stock or whatever you got, whatever you want. You can put it in there. But I'm using better than bouillon today because I like this stuff. It's good stuff. So I'm going to put it in here and let it cook down. So as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to cover it up so it can really cook down like I like. I'm going to cover that up, let it steam a little bit, and let it get down the way I would want it. Turn it down, cover that up. And I'll be back in a few. It shouldn't take that long. This whole thing shouldn't take long at all. So I'll be back. Okay, I told Alexa to give me a 1-minute timer, and I've had my I have my coleslaw in here. And Alexa, stop. So I had this in steaming for about a minute, 2 minutes maybe. I put a little bit more beef broth in here so it can get cooked down because I don't really want it too crunchy. And as you know, If you got the broccoli slaw, it's got carrots in it. It's got cabbage in it of different colors. It's got all kinds of stuff in here, and it's going to be good. And it smells delicious. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. So I wanted to get, I don't want too much crunch in here. I want it in a slaw, less crunchy consistency in here. So looks good right now, I think. Smells heavenly. All right, now I'm now going to put in my scallions. Add my scallions to that. It's about 3 stalks of scallions, green onions. Stick that in here. This is sort of Asian-inspired recipe. So if you like Chinese food, don't go out and get it. Make it yourself. And then you know what's in it. It's good for you. Then you know what you're putting in there. Okay. Then I'm going to put the combination of the sriracha, the ginger, the General Tso, and the low sodium soy sauce in here. You take that, you put it in a bowl, you stir it up, and you add it now. So I'm adding it now. Now, I'm going to add the meat back in, and put it all together. So you got vegetables, you got meat, and you do not have starch in this. It's just kind of good. You on a low carb diet, or just you don't want to eat a lot of carbs, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Now, you need to always taste your food and see if it's got what you know, how it tastes the way you like it to be. So I'm going to give it a little taste, even while it's still here in the oven, on the stove. And let's give it a little taste because it smells so good. My daughter made it, it smells so good. So let's see what it tastes like. Give it a little taste. Tastes pretty good. But I would add a little bit more soy sauce and sriracha in this, which is what I'm going to do for me. We have some soy sauce and sriracha. It's actually really good. A little more sriracha, give it a kick, more kick for me. I'm going to add a little more soy sauce. It's really just definitely does not have any salt in it. But this is what we're talking about. You can control how much salt you put in things. So you don't want to put too much salt in here. So I'm going to try that. Give it a go. Mix that together. See if that's better for me. I'll give you the basic ingredients of this, but you put in what you like and you taste it. See if you like it. Want to taste stuff. But this is going to be my lunch for next week. It's going to be my lunch. Yeah. Much better. Much, much better. Okay, this is the cracked slaw that I made with ground beef. And thank you, Sharita, for showing me the recipe and telling me about it. And I'm gonna eat this for lunch. And you can have some too for lunch. But this is it. So thank you everybody for watching this video. The recipe will be at the bottom. And you'll have a link at the bottom to the recipe. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And thank you for always coming. Bye. See you later.